Well, welcome to Uncle Bronson's podcast. Really excited because we have Corbin Kaufusi here, my younger, bigger brother. Corbin, welcome on there.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, man. It's good to have you there, brother. I guess
brother.
let's just start out. Why don't you tell everyone something that not a lot of people know about you?
Well, you know this, and you're the same. I love ceramics, and you love ceramics too. That's like one of our hidden talents that we both loved in high school.
Hey, we can make some nice pots. And the best thing is our mom keeps them all.
We always thought they looked really good. And then like, if you look at them in the cupboard, you're like, oh, they weren't that great. But we love doing it.
Well, I'm glad you told everyone about our love for ceramics. All right. How about you tell everyone about your, college athlete story, professional football story, kind of fill people in.
Yeah, no, I was kind of the random in our family, I feel like, where you were always set to go to college for football, and our older sister Alexis was always set to go for basketball. And then I was like the kind of the odd one where people were like, is Corbin good enough to play college sports? So I was kind of the unknown in the family. And so I kind of was the late bloomer. And so when I got to college, I went from football to basketball, back to football. And it was just a crazy ride, but I loved every minute of it. And then, I ended up sticking with football and then switching positions in the NFL from defensive end to offensive tackle. So kind of crazy.
Jeez. I guess I can tell you about that change from defensive end to offensive line. I mean, Corbin would eat everything. I mean, we would be going to Wendy's. We went everywhere. Pasta, pizza. I mean, we just ate the house like at all times of the day and night.
Oh yeah. My favorite thing to tell people is like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm sure you did. And I'm like, no, like literally one night I spent $50 at Cinnabon. Like, and that usually gets people like wide-eyed. They're like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, $50 at Cinnabon.
And you ate it all too.
Oh yeah, we ate it all. You can't waste Cinnabon.
No, you can't. It's so good. Oh, I love it. Well, that's exciting. It's crazy, your story there, bro. I remember in high school, after high school, I came home from a 2-year mission and Corbin was taller than me. It was the weirdest thing. And then I didn't see him. I mean, we saw each other once, right? In like that 3-year span. And 4-year span. That's true. A 4-year span. We didn't see each other. And I remember you came back from your mission, and that was when you were just a monster.
And I didn't even know how big I had gotten because like I was serving my mission in Korea, and so it's not like I had people to really compare myself to because I just was huge compared to everyone out there.
Yeah, no, that's true. And then maybe you can tell everyone kind of like, I think it's so interesting is like your college basketball story, just kind of how you got into it. Because I think a lot of people don't really know how you came home, you were on football scholarship, and then next minute you're on the basketball team for 3 years. So
yeah,
maybe like fill in the gaps for everyone. I think it's pretty cool.
No, yeah. Well, to be honest, it all started with you, brother. You know that. I got a picture on my mission of you in a basketball jersey, and I was like, what is going on? And so I heard that you had played for a season with the basketball team, and I was like, I could probably try and do that. And then I remember so I got back, and I was doing workouts with the football team as an offensive lineman. And, they wanted they were like, oh, we'll probably redshirt you. You need to gain some weight. And then I still remember when Coach Pope hit me up and was like, because he was an assistant coach at the time, and he's like, hey, you want to come to just play pickup with the team? And I was like, oh, sure. And I show up to pick up, and I was so nervous because I was like, this is like the elite basketball players. This is like Tyler Haws, Kyle Collinsworth, all these dudes. And literally, I remember the first like game I played, like the first games I played to pick up. I thought I did bad. I thought I did terrible. Like all I did was get rebounds, and I had like 3 dunks, and I was like, man, that was a terrible game. And then all of a sudden, Coach Pope comes and finds me after, and he's like, takes me to the hall. He's like, dude, I hear you dunking on everyone. And I was like, well, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Like, and pick up basketball? And so it literally became like, I went to that pickup day, and then I went to the next one. And then literally, I could tell the coaches talked about it. And I'm getting calls from Tyler Haas like, hey, man, you should play basketball this year. And Kyle Collinsworth, dude, you need to play basketball. But like you said, it was kind of I love basketball and I love football, but it was kind of came down to the opportunity where the weird thing was I was on football scholarship. And so if I was going to switch to basketball, I had to give up my scholarship. And a lot of people don't know that. So for the first semester while I was playing basketball, I was a walk-on.
Yeah.
But I did it because, it was either go red shirt and just gain a ton of weight to play offensive line, or I remember they told me if you walk onto the basketball team, you'll probably start half the season. And I was like, you know what? I'll take that. I'll play.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. A lot of people they have no idea that that's how it worked. And it was so fun watching you too. It was the best.
I still remember when I came home and I told Dad, and Dad was so pumped. He was like, yes, because Dad loves basketball.
Yeah, he does love basketball.
Basketball's like his first love. He's like, I'll call Bronco right now and set up a meeting for you. And then I told Mom, and Mom was like, you're giving up your scholarship to do what? And she was like beside herself. And I was like, it's okay, Mom. Like, I've got some money saved up. I'll pay for the semester of school. But she was like, she just thought I was nuts for giving up my scholarship. To walk on.
Oh man, no, I love it. I love it how Mom and Dad are. The reactions are awesome when we bring them stuff. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess fast forward here. A lot of people don't know this. So let's see. Oh, we lost it. There you are. We lost you again. So Corbin and I didn't play on the same football team until what year? 2019?
Yeah, with the Jets.
Yeah. And so that was 11-year span. 11-year span. Yeah. We didn't play on the same sports team because when he came to BYU, had he played football, we would have been on the same team. But because he went and played basketball, and I was done playing basketball, it was 11 years. And then we were able to be on the same team in the NFL, and it was awesome.
It's so crazy because literally, when I transitioned and started playing football again, that was right after your senior year. If I would have started playing football a year before, then we would have played together. But literally, we just missed each other.
It's probably a good thing. No, I'm just kidding. We'd be picking on everyone.
Would have had too much fun.
It's true. All right, so, man, I just know so much about you. It's just awesome that I can just say, I'm like, man, what should we ask Corbin?
Don't say
it. Well, one of the main things I wanted to talk about was there's a big rivalry that we know about. We have BYU playing against University of Utah. So it was really cool. An article just came out talking about, our family's history, and it was really, really awesome to read. And it was, I think, one of the best parts about it was it goes all the way back to the 80s, our family in this rivalry, which is crazy. And so I actually called Mom and I asked her, I was like, hey, when was the first time I went to a Utah BYU game? And it was in 94, she said. And we had to check with Dad. Yeah, I think you're muted. We had to check with Dad. And he was like, yep, 94. And so from 94 to 2015, so about 20 years, I only missed 2 of those.
Dang, dude, that's crazy.
Which is crazy. And then, I played in 3. Yeah, just crazy. So this game has been a big part of our family. And so I just want to ask you some questions about it. So
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. So what do you think about the rivalry today? Our younger brother Devin plays at University of Utah right now. He transferred from BYU.
Yeah. It's so weird today because when we were growing up, it was that was back when we were in the Mountain West with Utah.
Yeah.
And so literally it was every year you had to play Utah.
Yeah.
And then like nowadays, you know, sometimes we schedule Utah, sometimes like the schedules don't line up. Luckily they've been able to make it happen more times than not, but I feel like sometimes it's more, it has a totally different thing because yeah, we're not in the same conference, but almost brings more energy because it's like, okay, we both split off and like started doing our own things. And so who's kind of succeeding more in the realm that they're in.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's weird for our family because like people don't know, like, yeah, usually families, you're on one side or the other. And there's a lot of families that, oh, like maybe they went to BYU and then maybe they did grad school at Utah or vice versa. But it's like literally like when from being little kids to growing up, like our family reunions were all split BYU Utah gear. Like half the family would wear one, half the family would wear the other. And there was just this this random tension in the room. And it's like a 6-year-old, you have no idea what's going on, but it's just like just weird. And now having Devin, like it's crazy because, you know, for us, like family's everything. And so it's like, even though I went to BYU, I'm going to cheer for Devin. Like family's the trump card.
Yeah.
But it's like I still want BYU to do well too. So it's an interesting. I've been thinking about it a lot actually. You know, it's just like okay.
No, that's how I feel too. I want Devin to play well. The rivalry is, I mean, yeah, I can think of so many times. I still remember actually when Dad came to us when we were living in Salt Lake, and he said, "Hey, we're moving," and I was like, "What?"
That was the worst day ever.
I was like, well, why? Why are we moving? He's like, I'm going to coach at BYU. And at the time, our whole lives, we had grown up going to Utah games on the front row, Coach Mac's Kids Club over there in the north end zone, you know, red and black on our faces, cheering. And I remember looking at Dad, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like we were all in shock. And then he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of your Utah gear. And I remember I had all this Steve Smith signed like gloves, cleats.
I can't believe you got rid of that. What?
And I got rid of it. Are you kidding me? What was I doing?
That's like stuff you just hold, you know?
I know. Oh my gosh. I just was like, dang it. And then it's awesome because then he's my teammate in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Full circle.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I think my earliest memory, like at a Utah game, was we were at the BYU Utah game and it was cold because it was the end of the season. And we're sitting there and I'm like, hey, Mom, can you give me my sweatshirt? Like, because, you know, I was just a little kid. And so Mom like packed a sweatshirt for me and she's like, yeah, here it is. And it was blue. And I remember throwing a fit, like just a total tantrum and started crying. I was like, I'm not wearing that sweatshirt. It's blue, Mom. You know, it's BYU. Why would you even pack that sweatshirt? Like, and so I remember I was just freezing because I just refused to wear the blue sweatshirt at the Utah BYU game.
That's so funny. I remember like in elementary school before we moved to Provo and Dad started coaching at BYU. When I would draw pictures, I wouldn't use the color blue. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And then we come to BYU and you know, we love it and we just flourish there and it's the best thing ever. And oh man, it's so funny. Like the back and forth between our family, BYU and Utah. It's just, it's one of a kind. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's like generations.
It's generations. No, it's true. It's true. Yeah. My son is going to watch his first BYU Utah game. Taika's going to watch his first.
That's wild, man.
I know, right?
What's he going to be wearing? No.
A Bronson Kaufusi jersey and a BYU hat.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So okay, that's awesome. I just wanted to talk about that because it's this week and we know that's a big week in our family and it's everyone's tuning in to watch. You know what I mean? So it's going to be really good. Excited to watch Devin play well, and everyone stays healthy. That's the main. Yeah. And I think it's really cool. Like people don't even probably realize like everyone supports the family. Like I remember after the game, you know, taking pictures with my cousins. My first BYU Utah game was up there, and yeah, it was so fun to come out and just see literally just a massive crowd of Kaufusi family, man.
Yeah.
Was
It doesn't matter, like, even though like they're over with, like, we're at the BYU side, like half of them are in red. It's totally cool though, because it's like everyone, we just love our family, and so doesn't matter
yeah.
what you're.
No, yeah, no, yeah, I love it. Well, I guess changing gears a little bit, still in the college football world, of course. What do you think about name, image, and likeness?
I love it, man. It's like, and I know you feel the same way, because this is something that I wish so badly we would have had while we were there. And
Yeah,
it's not because like, oh, I wanted to capitalize and make all this money from it, but more so I just feel like it's the right thing.
it's
You know,
true. Yeah,
it just makes sense to me
yeah,
that, you because in college as an athlete, like, I'll be honest, you give your all to the school.
yeah, that's
You know,
true. You give everything.
you
Yeah,
give everything
time,
you got to them.
talents.
Time, and there's a lot of like sacrifices you make. I remember
Yeah,
in the summers and stuff, like the stuff that's voluntary, but you want to stay because it's good for the team, and you do all these things. And so just to have little kickbacks, things that'll kind of not incentivize it, but it just seems right for the players. And so I'm a huge fan of it. Like, I think every player deserves to get something out of it. Every player should.
yeah. I agree, because if you're in that building at whatever school you're at, you are giving up your time and energy to, to really perform at a high level and win, which then helps the school and really helps everyone. So yeah, I think it's so big and such a huge win now that college athletes can get paid for their name, image, and likeness. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, I think it's awesome. So what type of deal would you go out and look for if you were
Me?
if you were in college right now? What type of deal would you be looking for?
Oh gosh.
Your
I
first one.
First one, probably just something simple, but I don't know. I'm kind of quirky, and so I like very random things. You know me, like, to show like an example of my quirkiness for birthdays in our family, like big birthdays, I'll give our family members like replica swords or something, like this crazy stuff like that. And so I wear anime shirts, so I would probably just like, not everyone's going to get these big deals. And so I'd probably try to find something like a little bit smaller business to local business, and try to just, something that helps both sides a little bit. It puts their name out there more, and it's something that I enjoy.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think it's important that college athletes do something that they're passionate about and something that they love. That way, it makes it fun. It never gets old, and they'll always want to do it, or whatever's asked of them, they'll do it. So yeah, that's really cool. I guess we should have a couple. I think we have a few more minutes here. I just wanted to ask you, looking back, if you could give some advice to all the college athletes out there, what would you give them?
Just about anything, or connect that, or like
no, yeah, no, yeah, whatever, any type of advice that you feel like would have helped you when you were a college athlete.
Ooh. I think I have two trains of thought.
All right.
Okay, this is the first thing that came to mind is, like, first you got to remember, like, as a college athlete, it can be so easy to get caught up in just being a cog in the wheel. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of get burnt out.
Yeah.
Because now, like, and you know how it is in the NFL, it's so nice that you can focus specifically on football. Like, that's all you do. Whereas, like, as a college athlete, sometimes it's so easy to get overwhelmed thinking, I got to go to football, I got to go to class, I got, this extracurricular activity, like,
yeah. And
so making sure you take the time, like the time that you can have off, or the time that you have to yourself, you maximize that. Because I feel like a lot of times, I wanted to just kind of be lazy, and it's good to rest, but it's like, you're also in college. So, like, go have fun with your friends, go do a fun activity. Like, don't waste your college years. You're only in college once, really, Yeah. And then but then on the opposite side, for me, it's like when I hit my junior year and I realized, like, if you really want to like make sports your priority, like, and you see yourself playing at the next level, you've got to lock in.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that makes all the difference. Like, once I realized, like, you can't really, until you're to that point, you don't really know what it's like to actually lock in on something. Because you think that you're locked in, you know, the first 2 years, but then literally like my junior year, like something just clicked. And it's like, no, if I want to do this at the next level, I have to do X, Y, and Z totally different. I got to change everything that I'm doing and the way that I do it.
Yeah. No, yeah. I like that. I like that. So you're saying take advantage of your time off, and then as well, just really lock in, make a plan, and make sure that plan ends, or make sure that plan takes the steps necessary to reach whatever goal that you have.
Yeah, yeah, you got to have a vision.
Yeah,
because
have your vision.
I think a lot of athletes, it's easy to just like I said, just get caught up in it and be like, all right, the next season, where it's like, no, you want to have goals for each season, each week, and figure out how you're going to reach them.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're just going to be kind of going through the motions.
Yeah. No, yeah. No, I love it. I love that. Man, you were so great. I appreciate you, Corbin.
Appreciate you, bro. Uncle Bronson.
Uncle Brother Bronson. Is that maybe that should be the name
Brother Bronson.
But my brother Bronson. But yes, thank you so much for jumping on and chatting. It was a lot of fun. So can't wait for the BYU Utah game. Can't wait for all the college athletes to keep capitalizing on their NIL deals. Really exciting. So I appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.